across now to Emmanuelle Chaze in Berlin. Emmanuelle, give us a sense of just how different this new parliament will be.
Well, we really see a renewal of the MPs here in Berlin. There will be 736 people sitting in that new parliament. And you've mentioned it, a lot of new MPs. The youngest is actually 23, only 23 years old, and there's 47 people that are under 30. That's the first thing. Now, there's also a renewal in terms of gender parity. We're still far from it, but there's 4% more women in that parliament compared to the last one, mostly in left-leaning parties, so the Greens and Die Linke, the German left party. There's also this time around, for the first time, 2 trans women who are sitting in the parliament, and there's also the first black woman who has been elected on the 26th of September, who said that she wanted to fight for more empowerment for Afro-Germans who are underrepresented in the parliament. Her name is Avet Tesfayesus, And for the little anecdote, it was also the first time in 16 years that Angela Merkel was not sitting in the plenary session. She was in the audience because she's not part of that next parliament.
And that's what I was going to ask you next, Emmanuelle. This is all happening while negotiations continue as to who should replace Angela Merkel.
Exactly. As the days pass, it's more and more likely that Olaf Scholz, the leader of the Social Democrats, which arrived first at the last elections, will become the next chancellor. But we're still far from an end of those negotiations. Remember, there were 3 weeks of exploratory talks just to arrive to write a draft paper with some cornerstones of the politics that the Social Democrats would like to work together in a coalition with the Kingmakers Party, as they're called here, so the FDP from Christian Lindner, the Free Liberals and the Greens, who arrived third in that election behind the Social Democrats and the Conservatives. So they've already agreed on some important policies, such as the minimum wage, which will be raised to 12 euros per hour. That was something that was really important for the Social Democrats. And then they all agreed on a coal exit by 2030. So that would be 8 years earlier than the current goal, so that's a clear victory for the Greens, and a little setback for the Greens and a big victory for the Free Democrats, with an agreement that there would be no speed limit on German motorways, which is something that Germans are very particular about here in Europe.
Emmanuelle Chaze reporting there from Berlin. Thank you.